If your reach has fallen off in the past 3 weeks, then I want you to hear something before I go any further. So no, your reels aren't bad, your fans haven't left, no massive problem with your page. The big difference is the changes with the TOS with Instagram. Overall, the whole scoring system has changed. 3 platform changes landed inside the same window in April and stacked on top of each other. They reshaped how content gets distributed on Instagram. Most creators are still optimizing for the version of the algorithm that was existed in March, so that's why the numbers are dying. I run a creator management agency. We manage rosters across the UK and the US, and a huge part of what we actually do is reverse engineering Instagram, so the people on our books don't get buried. And what I'm about to share with you guys is the exact internal briefing we just rolled out across our roster. And no, this isn't a watered down version, this is the actual framework. So let's get into it. Just before we get into it, just a side note, if you do hear tapping on the keyboard like that, just so you know, it's some random ass person next to me that I don't even know, just walked in and just working, killing it. So
that's a good shot.
so yeah, let's get into it. So why reach created and what do we do about it? So over the past 3 weeks, a lot of our creators have watched their reach fall off a cliff. It wasn't them, and it wasn't a single bad post. 3 platform changes landed inside the same window and then stacked on top of each other. They've reshaped how content gets distributed on Instagram, and below is what shifted. So how Instagram's 4 ranking systems now read content and the operational moves we're making this week. So engagement signals have been reweighted. So the new ranking math on Reels and feed look like this. DM shares is the heaviest signal on Reels, roughly 14x the weight of a like, which is insane. So now it's changed. We're not looking at likes anymore. We don't really, obviously views is good, but we're not really focused on views anymore. It's about the shares and the comments is what the metric is. Comments lifted from 3 points to 5 points. So like I said, reaching on comments is one of the main KPIs now, metric. Replies and comments now worth 10 points each to boost your post, which is insane. Throwaway comments, so anything 6 words or shorter is treated as noise and ignored. So anything on a comment that is less than like 6 words or 6 words, Instagram just ignore it and they won't push you out, they won't push your content out. Likes halved from 1 point to 0.5, so likes didn't matter before, but now like they actually just don't matter, like they're fully buried, like likes are like fully buried. And passive watch time, so neutral at best, mildly negative at worst. Scrollers don't help you. Watching without engaging counts as scrolling. So you know if there's a viewer on Instagram scrolling and your reel pops up, and if they just scroll right past it, then it doesn't mean anything. So yeah, any account that was tuned for likes and watch time has lost somewhere between 30 and 50% of its reach overnight, which is insane. Yeah, because watch time doesn't really matter anymore. It's shifted to now shares and comments. So the originality crackdown. So there's 2 new rules are live and being enforced. 11 or more reposts in any rolling 30-day window pulls you out of recommendations entirely. Duplicate content across Instagram profiles, including trial reels and backup accounts, is being detected. Same audio, same visuals, same edits. Edit reads as non-original. So that's why trial reels need to be so careful. That's why it's good to have like Tick Fusion or Video Batcher. I would recommend Video Batcher more than Tick Fusion. Video Batcher works better, just from my experience. No watermarked content. This one shouldn't even be need saying. Obviously, this is like obviously no watermark on there. So everyone already reading this knows we don't post TikTok exports with the logo in the corner. Yeah. If a single reel goes up multiple times or across multiple accounts, it gets flagged and the account's trust score takes a hit and it's not worth the trade anymore. It's just not. It'll get flagged and it just won't get pushed anymore. So, at platform instabilities between April 6th and the 9th. So April 6th, the Reels black screen scrolling bug. That was a bug. April 7th, the site-wide timeouts in the US. Is only in the US, not in the UK. April 9th, server and account settings failures. So not a full outage, but enough to scramble distribution at the exact moment the new algorithm was rolling out. Background, Instagram Plus. Now this is pretty wild, I'm not gonna lie. So, if you don't know, Meta have launched a paid subscription on April 8th, currently geo-locked to Mexico, Japan, and the Philippines. So subscribers get Story Spotlight, Rewatch Analytics, and Extended Stories. Why does this matter to us? Why does it matter to us in the OFM and OF industry? So, it matters to us because Meta tests features in secondary markets and runs silent back-end tests in countries where the product isn't yet announced. The underlying code is already deployed globally. Our US and EU creators may already be sitting inside an early version of the pay-to-play suppression curve. Pay-to-play is coming, so we need distribution already running on YouTube, TikTok, and X before we feel it. Now, this is a big thing because I never used to be a big fan of X. I wasn't a big fan. And now I've changed my mind. And not just because of this, but I really do think I think it is generally good. And we're still testing it because we don't really use X. So we're still testing it and we're learning. And yeah, I think X is good now. I won't lie. So yeah, we're going to be using X from now on. Metro Cool 2026 study, 1 million plus accounts. So Reels reach. Reels have been down 35% year on year. Feed post reach down 31% year on year. Interactions down 44%. Average organic reach 3 to 7% of followers against 12% in 2023. The reach numbers we used to hit are now gone. So stop measuring against 2023 analytics and make sure creators understand why. Yeah, this is a big thing now. Like, it's just not the same thing anymore. Back in like 2022, 2023, the game's so different now. Like, Instagram used to be so much better. It's just getting so much harder now on Instagram. How Instagram's 4 algorithms score content now. Instagram doesn't run one algorithm, it runs 4. And 94% of the distribution now comes from recommendations rather than the follower feed. We are competing on interest, signals, and not relationships. So feed, ranking signals in order of weight. So what the user has engaged with recently, likes, saves, shares, comments, how fast the post is gathering engagement, so velocity, how active the poster has been recently, the relationship history between viewer and the poster. The 5 heaviest viewer actions, time on post, comment, like, share, and profile tap. Stories. Stories are a loyalty channel and not a growth channel. Channel. The signal. So how often that user watches the account stories. Engagement history. So DMs, poll videos, question replies, sticker taps, anything interactive. Use stories to deepen the audience and funnel towards OnlyFans. So don't try to grow a following with them. Never put a story call to action with a link on a suggested photo or video. Suggested photo with call to action, no link followed by a neutral photo, so dog food, for example, room, or just random art with the link. So don't put anything with the model and like a bra or something, like just stay away from that. And posts of her like making food, or or like just some random piece of art, like a picture, or just like outside with the link, that's fine. But anything like of her body showing like cleavage, or like in a bra, yeah, don't do, it's too risky. The bonus structure, so suggestive video with movement and a call to action with no link. Reels. This is the growth engine, right? Almost pure discovery. Signals. The user's recent reel behavior and what they liked, saved, shared, and commented on. The user's interaction history with the poster, even when they don't follow. Reel levels, signals, visuals, trending audio, watch time, engagement velocity. Poster level, signals, follower count, engagement level. So the heaviest single signal is DM shares. And they're literally about 14x alike, which is insane. It's literally been confirmed. This is on the record. Every reel needs to be built so a friend would send it to a friend. And that's how it gets pushed, like 14x more to a like, which is insane. So explore the grid discovery surface, signals, post popularity and velocity, the user's prior explore behavior, the user's history with the poster, and poster level info. So saves carry more weight here than they do on the feed or reels. DM shares from non-followers are heavily weighted as well. So the 6 priorities. The old playbook was tuned for likes and watch time. Both are now worth half of what they used to be. The new math rewards DM shares, saves, comment threads, and platform-specific cuts. Run these in order. So priority 1, build reels that get sent in the DMs. So the strategy, every concept passes one test. The CD has to name the specific viewer who would send the reel and the line they'll type when they did. If they can't answer both, the concept is dead on arrival. Why? Because 100 DM shares carries the algorithmic weight of about 1,400 likes. It's the single highest leverage lever we have. What fails? Creator films a vague day in my life with no hook, no archetype, no specific viewer who would forward it. Thousands watch, nobody shares. The reel dies inside follower distribution. So what to install? In the next Creative D work session, run every board concept through the who sends this and what do they say filter. Kill or rebuild the failures. Make the test a permanent part of the creative SOP. Priority 2. Stop recycling cuts across main, backup, and trial reels. So the strategy now is the Meta now detects identical reels across the platform, watermark or not. Our editor produces a distinct cut for every platform. So different audio, different opening frame, different pacing. Why? So identical cuts trigger the non-original flag, so which berries reach. The workflow is the bottleneck and not the algorithm. So what works? One basic clip from a content session becomes 3 distinct cuts. TikTok version, TikTok trend and sound, fast cuts, 5-second hook. Instagram version, different Instagram trend and audios, different opening frame, 7-second hook. YouTube Shorts version, trimmed to 45 seconds, different pacing. A sound trending on one platform doesn't actually mean that it's trending on another platform, so it doesn't automatically translate to another. So treat each one separately. Treat each reel separately. So priority 3, carousels as a reach weapon. Now this is the saucy shit, and this is what I like. This carousels as a reach weapon. This is sick. This is juicy stuff. Yeah, I like this a lot, and yeah, let's get into it. So the strategy, right? Carousels are the most underused format on Instagram right now. Two mechanics make them dangerous. Swipe depth, the most powerful carousel metric. The job is to get past slide 2 at minimum. The reservice mechanic. If the user doesn't reach the final slide, Instagram serves the carousel back later, starting from the first slide they hadn't seen. Multiple impressions per post. Engagement density. Every swipe is a micro interaction. A 5-slide carousel with 4 swipes equals 5 interactions from one viewer. That beats Reels on per post engagement. Why? Because reach signals stacking plus saves, which weigh heavily on explore. So what works? Creator posts a 5-slide structured carousel. First view covers slides 1 to 3, then the view drops. The next day, Instagram serves it back from slide 3. As long as they engage, they finish it. Second wave of engagement on the same post. What fails? Creator posts 3 near identical photos from one shoot. No hook, no reason to swipe, nobody gets past slide 1, and Instagram stops distributing it. So install this, 3 to 4 carousels per day per creator. Reduce Reels output if needed to make room. How to make carousels swipeable. So there's flat carousels, photo, photo, photo. Generate 0 DM shares and structure them like a short story with tension built into each swipe. So slide 1, an open hook that creates a curiosity gap the viewer can't close without swiping. Slides 2 to 3, compounds the tension, no payoff yet. And then through line, so keep the story moving with a mini cliffhanger at the end of every slide that pulls the viewer into the next one. And the final slide is the payoff, a confession, a reveal, or an insight. Captions, comment bait, e.g., tell me what you'd have done if you were there. If this gets done right, this hits every signal we care about. Swipe throughs, re-impressions, DM shares, and saves. Open hook carousel example. So safe for work with sexual undertone. Flirty lifestyle creator. So the structure transfers cleanly to any niche. Slide 1 hook. For example, you could put, my boyfriend thinks to go to the gym to stay in shape for him. He has no idea what actually happens when I'm there. That's a hook. And then slide 2 is tension. There's a reason I wear the outfits I wear. It's not for him, it's not for me, and it has nothing to do with fitness. Slide 3, partial reveal. Every rep, every mirror selfie, every casual stretch in front of the bench press, there's a camera running in my head the whole time. I'm filming my life even when the phone's in my pocket. Slide 4, payoff. I got addicted to being watched. The gym is the only place where being watched feels earned instead of asked for. Every guy pretending not to look is a small win. That's my workout. And slide 5, comment bait. What would you do if you saw me seeing me at the gym after knowing this? So why does this land? That's because the hook opens up a loop, which is a swipe signal. Tension compounds across 3 slides, so multi-impression signal. The payoff is confessional and feels sendable. This is so you, for example, like DM share signal. That's a DM share signal. The final slide is comment bait, which is a save signal. The niche doesn't matter. Flirty, wellness, luxury, travel, POV, all of them work. Hook opens loop, tension compounds, payoff confesses, final line punches. Teach this new structure to every creative director. Or if you're not creative director, if you don't have creative director, then now you know. Now, priority 4, the farm comments and replies. So the strategy. Comments are worth 5 points. Replies on comments are worth 10. A creator fan creator thread can pull 20 points plus from a single person. That's 40x the weight of a like. And why? So the free algorithm lift that most agencies don't bother to capture. What works? Bait comments with questions. The reel or carousel concept itself has to be polarizing or controversial enough to invite an opinion. And what fails? Captions end in a heart emoji. The creator hearts every comment 8 hours after posting. Zero reply signal. Reels underperform. So install 2 rules. Every caption ends with a one-line question that invites a one-line answer. Chatter or AM is on comment duty for the first 90 minutes after every post, replying with follow-up questions designed to pull a second comment. Priority 5. Fix retention before you chase shares. So strategy, everything above sits downstream of retention. A DM share only happens when the viewer watched long enough to want to send it. Fix the curve first. There's no point doing the other ones because they won't work as well as they would have if you fixed the retention. Yeah. So why? So yeah, if the retention breaks before the payoff lands, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter. So retention is key at first. So what works? Reels underperform with a 3-second cliff. The creative director diagnoses it as a promise problem. The hook overpromised. The payoff was mundane. They reshoot with an opening frame that aligns to what the reel actually delivers. Retention recovers and shares follow. So install. Audit the last 10 reels per creator. Anything under 60% watch time gets flagged. Reshoot with a different transition or hook. Don't repost. Hook sprint runs at 20%. So retention curve diagnostic. Cliff at the start, hook problem. Fix the first 1 to 3 seconds. Cliff at 1 to 3 seconds, promise problem or wrong audience match. And then mid clip dip, so pacing or payoff timing. End cliff, weak payoff, cut earlier or change the ending. Mid reel bump, replay point, could be good, could be confusion, investigate. Flat with a small end drop, a banger, replicate the format, reskin time. Priority 6, fix the post type mix. The strategy, so Instagram favors whatever each individual user engages with, but the distribution math rewards a specific format mix across the grid. Why? Because leaning on a single format, usually 1 photo per week, is a strategic vulnerability. So the plan? 5 reels a day, 3 to 4 carousels per day, 2 to 3 stories per day, 3 to 4 call to action stories per week, 5 to 15 trial reels per day, rotated, so do 1 day 5, do 1 day, do like 5, 8, 12, 6, 8, 15, to back to like 5, 8, 15. 1 to 2 long form pieces per week on YouTube. Install. Lock the mix into every creator's content calendar. Add it to the pod call checklist so the creative director catches drift early. My team is changing this week. So we're going to first rewrite the editing SOP. Every base clip gets distinct cuts per platform. The single render cross-post workflow stops tomorrow. Number 2, we're going to rewrite every caption this week to end with a one-line question. Number 3, what we're going to do is brief creators on the open hook carousel format, 2 per account in the next 7 days. Number 4, assign comment duty for the first 90 minutes after each post and reply with questions. Number 5, audit retention on the last 10 reels per creator. Anything under 60% gets flagged or for reshoot, not repost. Run this for 30 days. Then pull share count, save count, and non-follower reach against the week of April 7th. If the team executed the delta will be visible. If the numbers haven't moved, the issue is execution, not the playbook. Final note, the scoring system changed. The scoring system has changed. Our creators didn't get worse. Score for the new system and the reach comes back. Run this 30-day plan now and let me know in the comments or message me at OFM on Insta. I'm really curious to see how everyone gets on with this. Massive change on Instagram. So yeah, run this 30-day plan. Save this right now. If you want this, I'll happily send it to you guys. So yeah, let me know. Yeah, that's it for this video. I'm back on YouTube. Thank you. I know it's been a while. I am back, and yeah, a bunch of content coming your way. Let's go.